Florence, Italy. It was here that on October 27, 1954, one of the most interesting cases of UFO sightings in the 20th century took place. Almost 10,000 people gathered during the match in the stands of the football stadium witnessed the flight of a UFO that was moving at extraordinary speed. For many fans and footballers, it was an event that changed their lives forever. On that day, the first reports of UFO sightings took place around 2:20 p.m. near the Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore. At that time, hundreds of people watched about 20 luminous objects as they moved high above the cathedral. Witnesses described them as metal discs flattened on the sides, differing in shape. Some of them moved alone, others in pairs. The entire observation lasted about 15 minutes, after which the objects headed east. Interestingly, reports about the objects even reached the outskirts of Florence. At the same time, a football match was taking place at the stadium. A moment after the beginning of the second half of the match, unexpectedly there was a buzz in the stands. The three fans got up from their seats and, pointing to the sky, started shouting that they could see flying discs in the sky. After a while, row by row, the fans looked skyward and in amazement watched the passage of a dozen or so luminous objects. Shocked fans quickly forgot about the game and stopped watching what was happening on the pitch. It did not escape the attention of the players and referees, who, hearing the growing frenzy, stopped to see what the fans were so interested in. As soon as they looked at the sky, they saw unusual objects. Here is the report of a few players who played this match that day. One of them was the protector of Florentine. Years later, this is how he recalled this event. "I remember everything. When we played the match, everything stopped because everyone started staring intensely at the sky. When I looked there, I saw something strange with the shape of an egg. A glowing oval moving very slowly. We were amazed because we had never seen anything like this before. We were shocked." Another footballer describes it like this: "It was amazing. At one point, I noticed fans screaming and staring at the sky. It was natural for us footballers to look up as well. In the distance I saw something resembling small metal hoops. I really don't know what it could have been. I was so curious and very happy. Back then, people liked to talk about life on Mars or UFOs in America, and we had that experience. We saw it specifically. I think it was something from a different galaxy. We were at the stadium and we saw it. There was also a football fan in the stands and he recalled it. I remember exactly that observation. Objects move very quickly and suddenly stop in place. It all took a few minutes. If I were to describe these objects, I would describe them as oval-shaped like Cuban cigars. I don't think it came from Earth. I could not find an explanation for this phenomenon." In turn, the referee of that game in the official report wrote that due to the unusual noise of the fans and the stoppage of the game by the players, he decided to stop the match for about 10 minutes. After a few moments, the unusual objects disappeared from the stadium in the blink of an eye. Meanwhile, in the editorial office of the La Nazione newspaper, the phone calls were interrupted by residents reporting unusual observations. After a phone call, one of the editors of the newspaper climbed onto the roof of the building to see what people were describing. In the distance he saw what he called metallic spheres of light. However, on that day in Florence, in addition to UFO observations, people also reported a strange white substance that fell from the sky where these objects appeared. Interestingly, reports about this substance in the case of UFO have been around for years, and the mysterious substance itself has even been called angel hair. It appeared in the case of UFO sightings in Ireland in 956, Nuremberg in 1561, in France in 1952, or in Canada in 1980. And in hundreds of other cases as well. Witnesses in Florence described the substance as having long white threads resembling cotton wool or down. The material was supposed to shrink quickly and disappear. Which witnesses compared to snowflakes? Intrigued, Bettini decided to investigate and, having obtained some samples, took them to the Chemistry Institute at the University of Florence. Professor Giovanni Cameri analyzed the material and concluded that it contains elements of boron, silicon, calcium and magnesium. However, such a result did not bring any detailed conclusions. The case from Florence is very interesting because we have several groups of people who independently watched the UFO in the sky. 10,000 witnesses at the stadium. Hundreds of witnesses at the cathedral, witnesses in the suburbs or in the editorial office. Accounts about strange objects and a mysterious substance that overlap with many accounts from different parts of the world have been going on since the dawn of time. We will look for more clues in the next episodes of Space Stories.